Hello, today I'm going to tell you about making soup from nothing. In these times when it's not always easy to get what you want and some people are hardly going out shopping at all, I thought it would be useful to show you what you might do if you look in your fridge and you decide that there's disappointingly few things there. So here, as you can imagine, is not a very exotic recipe. It has very few ingredients, and these ingredients can be changed according to what you have. Basically, what I'm making is a cool green soup, and this is it. It is there. I'm going to show it to you properly later, but it is made from something really, really simple. It's made from potatoes and a slightly parsnip lettuce, and I'll talk about that in a minute. Also, similarly, not tremendously fresh spring onions, and some fresh or frozen peas. To make it into soup, you need some stock, and I'm going to tell you about that later on, but that is all you need. So I've already got part of this ready, which is I have been peeling a potato with one of these potato peelers, and then I cut it up into small pieces. If you put large pieces of a potato in the saucepan to cook, it just takes longer. So another extra half minute spent cutting them up into dice, which is small pieces like this, makes all the difference. So here I'm going to pour the potatoes and the water that they were standing in into this saucepan. You should remember always that when you're cooking potatoes, if you leave them out, they will go brown unless they're covered in water. So now what are we going to add to this? We are going to add the top or the ugly parts of this lettuce. And I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to just chop off the top of this romaine lettuce. The rest of it, I'm chopping off the bottom, will be perfectly edible and will be very nice in salad. But this bit is less attractive, and so what I'm going to do is very simply just slice that up, and that is going to go into the soup as well. So here it is, just cutting up the lettuce and put it on top of the potatoes. Now there's one other thing that I'm going to put in, which is the spring onions. Now you can see these spring onions, they have been in the fridge just a little bit too long, so I would take off all these nasty bits here and of course wash them very well. But I've done that before, and so that you can see they are all chopped up ready, and they go in on top of the potatoes. Added to that a little bit of salt. Now, not very much, and I'm going to tell you why in a minute. Freshly ground black pepper and some stock. Now, this is why you do not need a lot of salt. This is homemade vegetable stock. You don't need to use homemade. You can use a vegetable stock cube, anything you want. But what I do is whenever I am cooking green vegetables, whether they are broccoli or frozen peas or what else? Anything, French beans. What you do is when you finish cooking them, you save the water and then you use that water for another time. So this is exactly what I've done. This has been done about 3 times, and consequently it has quite a flavour. It has a really good vegetable flavour. So you pour that in and then you boil up all that for about 10 minutes. When that's done, you put the whole thing, water, stock, vegetables, into a liquidizer. And here is a large liquidizer. If you don't have one of those, you can use one like this, which is a stick blender. But I have to warn you that these blenders don't give you the complete velvety, creamy, smooth result that the large liquidizer does. So it won't surprise you, I've already done this because I'm trying to save time. And so I have already pureed the whole of the mixture that I've just shown you. And here it is in a very, very thick puree. It actually tastes quite delicious, but quite strong. And so at this stage, what I'm going to do is I'm going to spoon some of it into another bowl, And to that, I am going to add a tiny bit more vegetable stock, and I'm going to add some milk. If you don't want to add any milk and you want this soup to be dairy-free, don't bother with the milk. There, I've just poured in a little bit and mix it up quite well so that it is very creamy. So there it is. So then I'm going to add one more thing, the frozen peas. You could add the peas to this mixture as well and buzz the whole thing up, or you can just use the peas for decoration. This is actually what I'm going to do. I'm going to come here and I'm going to show you what the soup is looking like. It's a completely different consistency from how it was before, much softer. And here is the finished one in a nice glass bowl. And so just to finish it off, what I would do is I would add some frozen peas just to the top of it. These are of course slightly cooked, and there they are. What would make it particularly nice is a swirl of cream on the top, and I would do that if I were you. This soup of course is very good cold or hot. If you want it hot, you just heat it up again. So I hope you like the idea. And so next time you're looking in your fridge and you can't find many things, or you've got other things that are going and need to be used, like a bag of spinach or some watercress, any of them will do with this soup. Just potatoes as a base, the green things, stock and milk, and that's it. So I hope you enjoy it, and if you do, please share it with somebody else and come back soon for something else. Bye-bye.